So I'm starting here to build my trips fact table with just an origin that's pointing at the raw trips data. And let's take a look at that data to see what we might need to do to prepare it to be loaded into our fact table. So I can see here I've got a start time. It looks like a timestamp being stored as a string. And I have these string fields with all these extra quotes around them. So I'd like to clean both of those things up. I'm going to start by using an apply functions processor. And I'm going to define the fields that I want to apply this trim expression to. So I'm going to say dot star because I want to trim all the columns as they come in. And I'm going to choose the function here and specify the string to trim. And that is all I should have to do. So let's add that field type converter for that timestamp. Okay. And again, I'm going to use an expression here just in case we get more timestamp fields in. So let's just say the fields that end in time should be converted. And now let's take a look at the results when we preview. So if we look at the output of the apply functions processor, we see that the extra quotes were removed, and in the field type converter, the start time was converted successfully from a string to a timestamp. So that's great. Now, realistically, a table will have more than 5 columns. So let's take a look at that whole table. So we'll remove the restrictions on the columns we're reading. And we'll run our preview again. And let's see if there's any additional work we need to get this data into the right shape. So again, if I look at my apply functions, I can see, wow, okay, I have a whole lot more columns than I did before. And I still have this issue with all these extra quotes. But since I used an expression to define what columns to operate on, those extra quotes are already getting cleaned up without me having to actually make any changes to the pipeline. So let's look at the field type converter. And I can see now that they've added a stop time field, and that's also being stored as a string. But again, since I used the expression to define the fields to operate on, that type conversion is happening automatically without me even having to change the pipeline.